We do live in exciting times, don't we? I'm Dr. Velez. Welcome back to dsunion.org. We're going to be talking about Michael T. Flynn today. Now, he has been chosen by Trump as the National Security Advisor. And I got to say, this is a tremendous pick and a huge bonus for him. So let's begin talking a little bit about who is Michael T. Flynn. First, he's a distinguished general, many years of service. He's a baby boomer, so please go back to my previous video on why that's important, on the qualities of a baby boomer. The one thing that I will point out is we criticized Trump about the media criticized Trump, not myself in particular, about Donald Trump and his racism, bigotry, and his inability to compromise, and all the keywords that the left always uses. But yet, Michael T. Flynn, a Democrat, by the way, he was a general who happens to be a Democrat, and now he's the National Security Advisor. Trump approaches the business of a presidency as a business. So he approaches it by looking at who is the best person for the job. Michael T. Flynn, I think you'll agree with me, is a wonderful pick. So he's a retired Army Lieutenant General. He was the Director of Defense Intelligence Agency, Commander of the Joint Functional Component Command for Intelligence. Crap. I love the military, don't you? Surveillance and Reconnaissance, and the Chair of the Military Intelligence Board. So Flynn's career is primarily operational. This is very important. With numerous combat arms, conventional special operations, senior intelligence assignments. He also served as a senior intelligence officer for the Joint Special Operations Command. This is huge because you need somebody as a national security advisor who understands the operations that are actually on the ground. Not the hypothetical operations, not these generals that sit in the chair all day and I don't know what they do. They play Minesweeper all day and figure out how to do war. Michael T. Flynn has actually been boots on the ground, and he has earned his rank. Now, there is a few things about him that are questionable, but let's go one by one. First, he was born in Middleton, Rhode Island, December 1958. So he is the first few years in the generation of baby boomers. He has a bachelor's degree in management of science in 1981. He graduated from the ROTC. He earned a master's in business administration and telecommunications from Golden Gate University, a master's of military arts and science from the United States Military Army Command and General Staff College, and a master's in arts of national security and strategic studies for the Naval War College. 3 master's degrees. Okay, no PhD, but come on, he's a general. Give him a break. 3 master's degrees for a general. He's highly educated and very well experienced. So his early career, 1981 to 2001, Flynn's military assignments after joining the Army in 1981 included multiple tours in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and the 82nd Airborne Division, Airborne Corps, and Joint Special Operations Command. He was deployed in Grenada, in the operation of Grenada, to uphold democracy in Haiti, and we all know what has happened in Haiti, especially with the Clinton Foundation and under the guidance of Obama. It's been a disaster. And history is going to look back at this as a very dark time, but especially what happened in Haiti is a disgrace. They're humans, they're our brothers and sisters, and we should not be treating them that way. So he also served the 25th Infantry Division in, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Schofield Barracks in Hawaii, and the Joint Readiness Training Center at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and Army Intelligence Center at Fort Huachuca, Arizona. Now, in 2001-2012, he served as the Assistant Chief of Staff, G2, and from June 2001, Director of Intelligence, Joint Task Force 180 in Afghanistan until 2002. He commanded the 111th Military Intelligence Brigade from 2002 to 2004. Now, this is where there's a little bit of controversy, but myself, I don't really see it. Now, he had a consulting firm. As most retired generals, they're going to do something, right? They got to still earn a living. So he had an intelligence firm where it provided assistance and advice to foreign governments or domestic as well. Now, it is said that he provided support to Erdogan's government in Turkey, which supported the Muslim Brotherhood. However, it is unsubstantiated. There's no evidence of this. The Turkish government denies it. He denies it. Of course, you would expect if they did that they would deny it. But if they had hardcore proof of it, they would have come up with it by now. No one has ever been able to pinpoint that on him. So I doubt that that is true. And also, that really didn't come out until, surprise, he started criticizing Obama for the piss poor job he was doing in the Middle East. So take that with a grain of salt, be that what may be. So Flynn was opposed to waterboarding before it became illegal, which now we have the new CIA director, Mike Pompeo, wants to bring it back. I'm not okay with that, but we'll see. The thing about torture is you never get reliable information. I know it seems like a great idea. It seems like if I torture, you're going to get the information because I'll tell you anything to save my life. And that's the problem. I'll tell you anything, including what you want to hear. And a lot of the time, in fact, all of the time, it's wrong. We haven't had a single piece of intelligence that has come from torture that has been viable or has saved a single life. Not one. Not a single one. So, Michael T. Flynn was asked by Al Jazeera, and again, Al Jazeera, if he would support Trump's plan to kill the families of suspected terrorists. In response, Flynn said, "I would have to see the circumstances of the situation." I completely agree. Look, you have to eliminate the threat, and that means eliminating every man, woman, and child that is surrounding that terrorist, because they're going to grow up with the same amount of hatred for us, and they're just going to kill our children, our children's children. It's evil. I know it sounds terrible, but it has to be done. That's just the way I feel about it. If you raise a terrorist, you should die. If you support a terrorist, you should die. If you harbor a terrorist, you should die. If you don't turn a terrorist in when you know they're going to plan an attack and kill people, you should die. That's it. That's plain and simple. And that goes for everybody, by the way. It's not just a Muslim terrorist. If an extreme KKK member in America, white supremacist, wants to do the same thing, they should die. My opinion, but you know. In an interview with Al Jazeera, Flynn criticized the reliance on drones as a failed strategy. And he was saying that the more weapons we give, the more we bomb, the more we just drop and fuels the conflict. Completely agree with that. Drones are very important, but when you overuse them, when you bomb a populace into submission, they're not going to love you for it. They're going to hate you for it. And we're going to pay a big price unless we turn around. Unless Trump turns this around, we're going to pay a very big price for Obama's mistake. And I'm not just going to blame Obama. Let's be fair about this. George Bush Jr.'s mistake, George W's mistake of overuse of drones, and then Obama just went batshit crazy with it. So Flynn has also flip-flopped, saying that women should be able to choose, but he's a pro-life Democrat. Make a choice. Make a choice. That's like saying, I'm a man, but I want to be a woman. Okay? But it contradicts. So make a choice. By the way, it's a statement. I don't want to be a woman. Flynn has been around the ACT for America, has been a member of the ACT for America, and sees Muslim faith as one of the root causes of Islamic terrorism. He has described Islam as the political ideology and a cancer. All right. This is where I'm going to get into a lot of trouble with my Muslim friends. But if you're my friend, you know I don't care. So I'm going to tell you what I think. Islam right now is the root cause of terror and evil in the world. Not the only one. Mind you, it's not the only one. But it is a predominant one. Are all Muslims bad? No, absolutely not. There are some Muslims that are very, very good, and the rest of Islam should emulate them. Particularly, I like Sufism. But let's be realistic about this. Every major conflict right now has Islam related to it. Who bombs the most? Okay, America. But in terrorist attacks, who bombs the most? Islam. You don't see Christians doing it. You don't see Hindus doing it. You don't see Jainists doing it. You don't see Buddhists doing it. No. Islam, every step of the way. I don't think that people who believe in Islam are bad, but I think a lot of people who believe in Islam are tolerant of the minority that gets it done by any means necessary. And we see that with the countries that support Sharia law. We see that with countries like Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Libya, Turkey, Kuwait to a certain extent. We see these countries that are either directly state sponsors of terrorism, Pakistan, or they are tolerant of, or they funnel money around, or they, and in most cases, turn a blind eye. That makes you just as guilty. Now, I realize that it's more a Shiite problem than a Sunni problem, or maybe I'm mixing those up. But in reality, we have a problem with radical Islam, and it's important that we say radical Islam. It's not all of Islam, but if we don't take care of it now, it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Just look at Europe. Just look at Europe. But look, I think that Michael T. Flynn is a phenomenal choice for National Security Advisor. I think that Trump made a phenomenal choice with this. So tell me what you think below. Don't forget to go to dsunion.org, like and share this video, and subscribe. And I will see you next time where we're going to be talking about Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, which is the future of the Republican Party. People like Nikki Haley. So thank you, and I will see you guys next time.